Now at 9, Walmart is being sued after the Virginia shooting.
After violence breaks out on college campuses, Ball State officials outline safety measures.
And a closet providing help for foster children ahead of the winter weather.
And how a community is giving back to veterans.
Folks, a warm one out there to start, but a big change is on the way. I'll detail all that and more in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Grace Benkowski.
And I'm Kennedy Court.
An update in a story NewsLink Indiana has been following for weeks. An Indiana judge ordered the Delphi case documents to be released today, providing more details on the killing of Liberty German and Abigail Williams. According to the document, suspect Richard Allen will be charged with 2 counts of murder.
The redacted probable cause affidavit states that investigators seized Allen's .40 caliber pistol during their October 13th search. They saw a similar pistol was used during the crime.
We've seen it across the nation far too often, acts of violence around college campuses. The stabbings of 4 University of Idaho students, a shooting at University of Virginia, and many more incidents have generated questions about the safety of college campuses. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, in 2019, there were about 27,300 reported criminal instances in universities, trade, and vocational schools. This is a 4% decrease from 2018, when 28,600 criminal incidents were also reported. Campuses now turning to new ways to keep staff and students safe. And right here at home, it's no different. Ball State officials are saying that they've been implementing safety procedures to put that safety first.
So we're continuing to educate everyone. Frankly, just a week ago in this room, me and the staff in my office had our regular training with our university police department about what we should do in the unlikely and very unfortunate event if, let's say, there was an attack in our building or in our office. That training goes on all year round for faculty, staff, and students, what they should do in the classroom or residence hall or another space on campus. There's education and preparation.
University officials also say that there are many resources on their website to submit tips and to just stay in the loop. For all that, just head to bsu.edu.
A survivor of last week's Walmart shooting in Chesapeake, Virginia, is suing the retailer for $50 million. Danya Prelau says she submitted a formal complaint against shooter Andre Bing in September. She claims he commented on her age, height, and harassed her for being poor. According to Prelau, Bing also asked coworkers if they had received active shooter training. When they confirmed that they had, he allegedly smiled and walked away. The complaint attests Walmart knew Bing was threatening and bullying other employees from multiple reports, but kept employing him anyway. Last week, the manager opened fire in a break room, killing 6 employees. Walmart has not commented on the lawsuit, but previously tweeted it is working swiftly to provide resources to the community and store associates. Madison County will soon be building a house for foster youth.
NewsLink Indiana's Tara Konieczny has a story.
Katie's Closet, a storefront that serves as a foster closet for children in the foster care system, announced their new project, the Tannel House for Foster Youth, which stands for Turn Away No Longer, a nonprofit organization that is a part of the closet.
We are creating a home environment. It'll be a house, an actual house.
The house will serve as an in-between house when children are in the process of getting placed into a new foster home. Katie's Closet said this could take days, and most of the time, children have to sleep on the floor in caseworkers' offices and other places, making the transition difficult.
The case manager has to stay in the office, the child has to stay in the office, they sleep on the floors and chairs, bathe in sinks.
The house will be equipped with everything foster kids need before they get placed in rooms with beds to sleep in. Caseworkers will have their own offices in the house to be able to stay with the children.
You know, when they're sitting in an office environment, they get to hear rejection after rejection on the phone while the case manager is trying to find a foster placement for them. At least the home, they won't be able to hear that. The workers can be in their own office trying to find the correct placement.
A church has donated 5 acres of land for the house, and it will be located in Anderson. Katie's Closet hopes that this house will change the way for foster youth and that people from all over will benefit from the house.
Hancock County, Delaware County, Hamilton County, whatever case manager needs to utilize the house at any given time, they're welcome to do so.
They have raised over $76,000 for building the house and already have a general contractor and a few other services needed to build, but there is still more to be done to complete the house. They hope to break ground in the spring.
County, we have close to 800 children in foster care right now. So that's 800 kids that the cycle will continue for them if they're not shown love and patience and that they do matter and someone does care about them.
In Muncie, Tara Konieczny, NewsLink, Indiana.
As Giving Tuesday wraps up, we wanted to highlight a place where you can help veterans in Indiana all year long.
NewsLink Indiana's Anna Chalker joins us in studio with their mission. Anna?
Well, Kennedy and Grace, this year more than 33,000 American veterans were listed as homeless, and one local organization is trying to get that number to 0.
Each individual veteran is unique in their own circumstance.
A patriotic display sits outside the Journey home in Winchester.
Last year, I ended up very sick, had multiple stomach surgeries. I was looking for family to help me out. Nobody really could. I have an aunt and uncle that live in Union City. They knew about Journey home, and I ended up coming here in March.
Inside, veterans like Doug Gommel are writing their next chapter. Originally here for support, Gommel is now the business administrator. He and the staff of Mostly Vets are working to provide their fellow service members a place of comfort when these heroes have nowhere else to go.
It's rewarding and also just to understand each other very well. You know what everyone's been through because you've all done it.
Veteran homelessness has dropped 55% since 2010. This holiday season, donations are picking up at the Journey home.
We had people in the community adopt a veteran, and they received the list, and if they didn't want to shop for the veteran, they donated money and we go and shop for them.
There are thank you notes on the walls. And closer to Christmas, vets will get gifts.
They're happy. They feel like they're not forgotten, lost. Because a lot of our guys, I feel like they feel like no one loves them or they've been lost.
Like a warm hug, the Journey home knows its biggest mission is to provide a sense of home this holiday season. If you want to adopt a veteran this holiday season, you can reach out to Charlene Kehoe at ckehoe@journeyhomevets.org or at 765-546-6014. Live in studio, Anna Chalker, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thank you so much, Anna. Today we were looking at more mild temperatures, but that might not always be the case for November.
We're going to take a look at weather with Ryan.
Yeah, that weather started off with a warm hug, like the warm hug for those veterans, but a reality check is on its way. We've got a line of showers and thunderstorms draped through Illinois, moving into air that's still 15 degrees warmer than what we were at this time yesterday. So big deal change right here as we get a warm, stormy set off. I'll talk about the timing for that. A windy, wintry whiplash, talking about what we're going to see tomorrow into Thursday, and then weekend warm up. How much are we going to get? All that more info for Chris.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Hawaii's Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano, erupted this week for the first time in nearly 40 years. While there are no evacuation orders, some people are self-evacuating, so shelters have been opened.
Families went to one of 2 American Red Cross shelters, one at the Old Kona Airport State Recreation Area.
Take a listen to how Mark Moku and his wife reacted to the view.
I've never imagined waking up to, she panicked. First thing comes to my mind is assess the situation real quick, and I just started telling them, let's start packing some clothes and getting our things together. Personal things that are important.
Kamoku and his family of 7 went to the Old Kona Airport State Recreation Area shelter. That facility has about 80 cots there right now. There's also another Red Cross shelter open at the Keyu District Gym multi-purpose room where there are about 30 cots.
In response to the eruptions, Hawaii's governor signed an emergency proclamation today. It allows state emergency management officials to issue alerts and warnings and facilitate mandatory evacuations when necessary.
The Senate passed a monumental bill earlier today. Find out which one.
And how McDonald's is offering a way to receive free meals for life. Next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. The Senate passed a landmark bill to protect same-sex marriage today.
The purpose of the legislation is to protect same-sex marriage if the Supreme Court overturns the 2015 decision that legalized it.
12 Republicans crossed the aisle to join the members of the Democratic caucus to pass the Respect for Marriage Act. The legislation requires individual states to acknowledge interracial and same-sex marriages from another state, even if it is not legal in the state the couple resides in. Though, the measure doesn't prohibit states from banning those marriages. The bill now heads to the Democratic-controlled House of Representatives.
We do well by taking this step, not embracing or validating each other's devoutly held views, but by the simple act of tolerating them.
The U.S. Supreme Court is questioning the Biden administration's ability to prioritize which non-citizens are deported. This comes as the justices are hearing a challenge from 2 Republican state attorneys general who claim the Department of Homeland Security is bypassing federal immigration law. This challenge comes from Texas and Louisiana. The crux of the matter is a 2021 memo from Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. The document defined the parameters for the arrest, detention, and deportation of people in the U.S. illegally. The High Court was considering 3 separate issues within the case, but as of yet, there is no word if a consensus was reached.
The gift that keeps on giving. How does free McDonald's for life sound? The fast food giant is offering a chance at what's called McGold Card, also known as free McDonald's for life, from December 5th to the 25th. Each purchase of at least $1 on the McDonald's app gets you an entry into the drawing to win one. But it's not exactly free McDonald's for life. It's actually 2 free meals a week for 50 years. The McGold Card has been around for years, with some big-name celebrities reportedly holding them, including Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and actor Rob Lowe. At the time, McDonald's said the prize was valued at more than $52,000.
And for Ryan to take another look at weather.
I tell you, this weather felt like getting him a gold card, but we're in for a reality check. I'll have all that more next in my full weather.
Never gonna let you go. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. It's 9:16 and you're taking a look at the Foundational Science Building. Looking clear out there. The temperatures were in the high 50s, low 60s. Pretty comfortable day today.
Yeah, I would say so. We're going to have Ryan take us a further look at weather.
Yeah, it definitely was very nice and comfortable out there. Still on the clear side as we were looking at on the camera out there just a little bit ago. But take a gander at this. We've got a line of showers and thunderstorms working its way into Indiana as we speak. And that could be an interesting late night weather item for us, folks. Meanwhile, look at how warm we were versus our average. Almost 20 degrees above normal with 60 over a record of 70 set in 1927, still 10 degrees from that. But I gotta tell you, folks, that is absolutely splendid anyway. Still 60 right now, even at this hour, folks, in Muncie. Even as you work your way, I dare you, spot the cold front. See that 58? You got some 40s knocking on the door already. And here's the other headline, which is what gears us up for happiness about that rain, as crazy as it might be. I'll talk about that in a minute, but drought monitor, moderate drought throughout the area, and that takes us to our severe weather threat. That's the crazy I'm talking about. National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center has given us a 1 out of 5, meaning some isolated severe weather, mainly in the form of gusty winds in excess of 60 miles an hour in some of the storms along that line. And Precision Cast is definitely going to show you kind of an interesting night. You see that band pass through between 2 and 4 a.m. right there, still hanging on to it after that point. But ladies and gentlemen, clear on out by the time we reach Wednesday. However, there's a caveat to that. It's going to get cold. We're going to start out in the 50s, but then make our way to the 20s, the upper 20s, folks, just over a few hours as we work on way through the night. So definitely be careful to bundle up out there tomorrow, because that wind will make that feels like temperature cooler than 34. Look at that 35 mile per hour gusts. And here's where those feels like temperatures are at. Mid-teens pretty much everywhere on the map as you get the kiddos and yourself out the door. And even then for Thursday, you have even colder. Almost to the single digits, almost. But we definitely get better by the time we reach the weekend, which brings us to the MIT's 7-day forecast. We're starting out on the chilly side, but I gotta tell you, folks, look at that 51, back to around average. We cool things down again by the time we reach the beginning of next week after that system. We warm it back up again, up to 51, but yet those lows in the 30s, that's a little bit of a teaser for what we could be expecting on after that 7-day forecast as cooler temperatures work their way around some blocking high in Greenland that could aid and abet some chances of maybe some more wintry weather, maybe getting that Christmas feel. What do you guys feel about that?
Definitely looking to probably break out those pants again, to be honest. I was wearing shorts today and I knew it was a little bit too good to be true.
I am pumped for it to snow
Yeah?
maybe soon.
Definitely,
I'm
yeah.
ready for winter.
A little something for everybody.
For sure, no doubt. And we'll be tossing it over to Brendan with sports.
Guys, a local high school basketball team beginning their 2022 season, as well as a few updates from national sports. All that and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Brendan Mullett with sports. Entering the 2022 boys basketball season, the Muncie Central Bearcats have some new and returning faces. NewsLink Indiana's Zach Greer caught up with the team and their plans moving forward for their season.
As winter approaches, the boys basketball team at Muncie Central High School prepare for their season. The team has several returning faces, but a lot of new ones as well, including first-year head coach Justin Olam.
Certainly everything's new. It's all first time playing most of these teams. It'll be the first time I've ever scouted them or played them. Same with my coaching staff, obviously the players. It's our first time getting to know each other, learning the system, but my older guys, the juniors and seniors, seem to be really bought in, and we're really transitioning pretty well.
Switching from Monroe Central to Muncie Central, Coach Olam also brought over his son Josiah Olam as star power for the Bearcat program.
I mean, it's been really smooth, but I mean, all the guys just welcomed me with open arms, so they made it easy for me.
I'm really glad I get to do this 1 year at Muncie with him and try to, it's great having a player that knows everything you're doing, so he can help players understand when they don't understand, and I don't recognize that.
One returning leader on the team, senior guard Daniel Harris, looks forward to leading Muncie Centrals throughout the year.
I'm working on trying to be a vocal leader. It's more like being a coach on the floor, like talking on defense, making guys know like where to be on offense, like those type of things.
For every player and every coach on the team, they all share one goal at the end of the season.
Personally, I want to cut down the nets, win conference, get out of sectionals, and probably try to go state. That's really what I want.
And it starts with, conference, and then really we just want to be playing the best we can when sectionals come, so we think we can win that too.
The Bearcats look to improve to 2-0 on the year when they take on Guerin Catholic tomorrow night at home. In Muncie, Zach Greer, NewsLink, Indiana.
In national coverage, the U.S. men's national soccer team takes on Iran for a win-or-go-home matchup for the U.S. The Americans start out on the attack with stout defense, fending off Iran. In the 30th minute, America's Christian Pulisic able to knock in a goal to put the Americans up 1-0. Iran went on the attack for the remainder of the matchup, but were unable to put one in the back of the net. America wins the matchup and advances to the round of 16 to play the Netherlands. To keep things on the national level, the Indianapolis Colts took on the Pittsburgh Steelers last night in Lucas Oil Stadium for Monday Night Football. The Colts start out slow and allow a field goal on the first drive, and quarterback Matt Ryan throws a pick on the second offensive play. Indianapolis continues to struggle and head into halftime down 16-3, but able to turn around in the third to go up 17-16. The Steelers to prove to be too much for the Colts with a final of 24-17. And guys, it was so cool to see the U.S. be successful in advancing in the round of 16 after being unsuccessful in the World Cup the last time around.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of people have been keeping their eyes on this team. I'm not much of a soccer gal myself, but we've had it on the TVs in the studio all day long. I know we've been watching the games.
I'm really rooting for America to pull through for this one.
Yeah, definitely. We'll keep our eye on them. We're wishing them the best of luck. Mm-hmm. Perfect. After the break, we'll take a look at our anchor picks.
And we'll give you one final check at the weather next.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. The longest running show in Broadway history will continue to run for longer than expected. The Phantom of the Opera was slated to close in February, but today the show's producer announced the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical will stay open for 8 weeks longer. The extension comes after a reported unexpected boost in sales and a busy Thanksgiving week. According to the New York Times, the show about a masked music lover who haunts the Paris Opera House earned over $2 million in sales last week. The Phantom of the Opera will now run until April 16th.
Luxury fashion house Balenciaga is suing the production company behind its spring 2023 ad campaign. A picture in the campaign that included a paperwork about a Supreme Court ruling on child pornography. Balenciaga says the props in the shoot were supposed to be fake documents, but the clutter included a page from a real Supreme Court case about child pornography. Balenciaga says the image caused people to falsely associate its brand with the, quote, repulsive and deeply disturbing subject of the court decision.
Transitioning to weather, we're looking at one final look of what the week will hold.
Hope it's good.
Yeah, we started out with one heck of it was definitely a Broadway classic with that weather to start out with today. But folks, definitely in for a big cool down tomorrow. Teens to talk about, but definitely got to get through, monitor those thunderstorms, have a way of getting those watches and warnings to your cell phone. Follow us on NewsLink at NewsLink Indiana Weather on Twitter and Facebook. Definitely get ahead of those storms.
Thanks so much, Ryan. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.